Hey everyone, it's Gayle, and I have decided I'm going to be putting out a series of videos. I'm not really sure how many or how often, but I thought I would just go ahead and start. I am up on the top of Lookout Mountain, which sits behind my house in Phoenix, and it's a beautiful day in March and very clear, and I thought this would be a really good place to launch the first in a series of videos. And I'm going to be talking probably about autism and my experience with my son, because I'm involved in that world. And I'm also going to be talking about life. I am a transformative coach, and I talk a lot about the human experience with my clients and help them see things they may not have seen or known about before. And so I kind of love studying life. So it mixes up with my autism stuff to form some sort of a blend of autism / life coaching. So that said, what I've had on my mind recently has to do with a book signing that I did at Barnes & Noble for my latest book, Space of Love: Understanding the Power of Thought and Wisdom in Living with Autism. So I did this book signing over the weekend, and it was a pretty slow day in the store. That said, I didn't get to talk to as many people as I had hoped. A lot of people were there actually just for coffee and didn't really even want to slow down to stop at my table, which is fine. But the sales weren't nearly what I had hoped for, and I spent a lot of time there on that Saturday. And so honestly, I left there a little bit disappointed and maybe a little bit discouraged too, and questioning whether I should continue to do bookstore signings, even though I've had some other ones that were better. And I was on that track for a little bit in my mind, and then I kind of moved to another track, and that was that I had a couple of really deep and meaningful conversations with people that ended up buying books, but really more importantly, people that needed to have their story be heard. One dad with an adult daughter with autism who had just moved back here and seemed very alone and really comforted by being able to talk to me and to be able to be listened to and be heard. And I know that that conversation made a difference for him in some way, and I know it made a difference for me in that I had impact. And I realized that a good part of the reason that I wrote Space of Love is to have impact and make a difference in the world, as I thought I had something really important and a little bit unique to say. So that said, those were two paths that my mind tended to go down. And one path seemed to have the effect of lifting me up. Those thoughts had the effect of creating good feelings and appreciative feelings. And the thoughts about being disappointed in my sales had the opposite effect, where I had more of a discouraged outlook. And neither one is right. Both are pretty normal for human beings and where our thoughts and minds tend to run off to. And I guess I share that story because it seems like, well, maybe you would say, well, think positive, think down the road that you had an impact for at least one person that day. And of course I want to think that way. I love those thoughts. I love those ideas. But as a human being, I can't necessarily control which path my thoughts run down. Contrary to what people might believe, try it for yourself. Try controlling a path and switching to another path when you're in kind of a thought storm on the one path. It's really kind of tough to do until you do it, until you're just ready to do it. And I guess I share this because I think we could all cut ourselves a little bit of slack when we realize that our experiences and feelings are coming from our thoughts. It could lead to kind of a mindset that says, well, we better take care of those thoughts. We better control those thoughts. We better fix those right up. And what I see personally over and over is there's nothing to fix. There really isn't anything to fix because, as I share in my book, thought is such a fluid energy and it's going to take us all over the place. And eventually you're going to be on a different path and you may not even realize how you got there. So that's my thought for the day. I hope there's something here that resonates with you and that maybe is a little bit helpful, and I'm really looking forward to being back to sharing some videos and seeing what comes up in each one, spur of the moment. So bye for now.